you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
Boy, guys, so we can get through this because we actually have a lot more slides, a lot more to cover here. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Buck star, had to sit down. Looks very crazy in the face. He's like, "Ooh, no contact injury." All right, so the Bucks, after an MRI, they're calling it a calf strain. But many people are concerned about the Bucks star MVP candidate, Giannis Antetokounmpo, is ruled out for the remainder of the season. What is your level of concern when it comes to the Bucks and especially Giannis' health?
10.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. 10, bro. Go ahead, Ian. You go.
All right. I just think it's very important that he's there, especially for the first round. Like I think they really need him for the first round. Because I feel like it's like the AC is gonna be a pretty okay team. Like they might take him 6-7 games.
I think it'd be the 7th if they finish 2, right?
Yeah, they're finished 2, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're gonna face a okay team. They're gonna need him to be in there. Hopefully he gets back for the second round if they make it, but I don't know. It's just very scary for the Bucks right now.
Is that y'all real quick? Is that y'all in? Are y'all gonna if y'all win?
Oh no, we're the 6th.
You're 6 right now. Okay.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're the 7th.
No, we're
7.
We're 6.
No, you're tied for you're tied for 6 or whatever
Morgan,
you want to call it.
We are 6. You can look at it.
I did look at
7.
it.
Yeah, you're 7, bro.
I looked at it last night, bro. I looked at it last night. Y'all are 7.
I'm telling you, that's wrong. I looked at it all. I
It's
know
wrong.
Look at it. Y'all are tied for 6. Or if the season ended today, y'all would be the 7th seed.
No, we would not.
Yes.
We just pulled it up.
I'll show you after.
I just showed you. I mean, Ian, I just showed you.
Wrong. I looked at it last night too. I looked at it and then
He was looking at the Philly thing that they posted on Instagram.
Dude, okay. I'll show you after. Like I looked it up.
Why would the app
show
be
me
wrong?
now? Like it's right here.
Yeah, so
7.
That's Real Sports too.
Okay.
And Real Sports is actually a good app. That's a good app. But
it definitely is. Shout out to the @Real Sports app.
Like
we know. But anywho, do you have more of a point that you want to make before this nonsense? Like anything else?
I just think that they need him for the rest of the playoffs. They're not making it past the second round without him.
That would be good for you. If y'all finish 7 and you get Giannis list Bucks in the first round, that would.
I would love that matchup.
That's crazy though. They may get the Heat. Man, they're in trouble unless they get like the Pacers. They could beat the Pacers without him. But if they get the Heat or the 76ers in the first round and Giannis isn't playing, like I would say they're on upset alert at least. I don't know if they'll lose, but I'll be worried.
I think Dame could carry them for a little bit. Put up some.
Dame gives you a shot, but like it's upset alert. So like
yeah, it would definitely come down to like
they're playing. Not if they're playing those two teams healthy. I couldn't really see. That'd be very tough. That'd be very tough for Dame and Chris Middleton to. That'd be tough. I don't know about that. Like Julian said, I mean, we saw this with Kevin Durant when he should have beat Kawhi and the Toronto Raptors after that miraculous run in the finals. You know, he had a calf injury before going into that game. Ultimately, we know, he went down. I believe that was an Achilles for him during the finals. So it was very unfortunate. But we're talking about a Giannis Antetokounmpo who's not a finesse guy in any type of way, shape, or fashion. If he's playing at 100%, galloping up and down the court, dunking the ball, playing above the rim. So it's extremely concerning to see.
Oh, I was right. It's a Philly fan page.
It's gotta be. What app is that? Instagram?
Bleacher Report. You see Bleacher Report, right?
Bro, when did that get posted?
33 minutes ago. Bro, just look at the group chat. I sent it in there.
They're wrong. I would just say that they're probably wrong.
Yeah, I don't have to really.
I mean,
they're tied
every
for-
other site says they're the 7th seed, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, they're tied for 6. If the season ended today, y'all would be the 7th seed.
It
by
said 7th
based
last
on
night because it
technical.
wasn't updated, and they updated it this morning. I'm trying to tell you,
I just looked at. We just looked at 2.
and I just looked at it
apps.
too. Okay, I just looked at Bleacher Report, and they posted it. Whatever.
Hey, it's okay. It doesn't
You got
matter.
it.
Y'all are 6 or 7. You're 6 or 7 with one.
No,
game
we're
left.
6 though. Like I'm straight
Okay.
with 6.
Okay.
All
All
we're
right.
6 or 7
They're
with
6.
one game left.
Let's just pretend so we can kill you, like so we can move on.
Yeah, just
But,
pretend. Thank you.
yeah, let's just pretend. But to y'all's point though, before I move on, I'll just down to the fact, like, yeah, if Giannis can't play for whatever reason in that first round, we saw how it was playing the Heat last year, where he was, I guess, he was hobbled in some of those games, dealing with a lower back injury. If he can't be there at all, that's trouble for Milwaukee. That's the last thing you want to see, especially with the troubles that they've had as of late. So you don't want to see that. You definitely don't see that. Let me keep going. So I had to add this in today.
Oh wow,
First and foremost, are you not entertained?
it's a good ending.
Yeah,
Because they're not playing it. Because they're not playing it through though.
Are you not entertained? Bye. I just want to first start off with that guy on the left from Atlanta, Georgia. Fraudulent. He should have went down to the Atlanta Hawks last night. He shouldn't have even made this slide. We sat our starters in the 4th, and we still almost beat the Wolves in Minnesota. He shouldn't have been on the slide, but he's there. So let's talk about it. We have a 3-way
Fraudulent
tie.
is crazy.
Yep. He's very wild for that. I don't know if I can forgive him, honestly. But we have a 3-way tie in the West because of this. All right.
It's
Thunder,
just confusing.
Minnesota, and Jokic in Denver. Let's break it down, Julian. I'm here for you, buddy. I'm here for you. Let's see here. So yeah, we got some games tonight that will help determine this. So not tonight, Sunday, last games of the season that will help determine this. But in order for Oklahoma City to be the first seed in the West, a few things can happen. So they have to beat Dallas plus Denver wins. Then they will be the first by technicality, right? Win versus Dallas and Minnesota loses, they will win. They'll still be first. Win versus Dallas, Denver, and Minnesota win. They can still win. They can still be the first seed. All right. If they lose versus Dallas and Minnesota and Denver lose, then they can be first. All right. So as shown up here, they all have the same record, but by technicalities, tie breaks, that sort of thing. Right. They just have to win their game, honestly, to be on the safe side. That's going to be 3:30 tomorrow, I believe, versus Dallas. In order for Minnesota to be the first in the conference, they have to beat Phoenix Sunday. And either Denver or Oklahoma City has to lose. All right. So if one of those teams lose, then they can be first. Now, if Denver wants to be the first, they obviously have to beat Memphis. It should be pretty light. Even though they did lose to the Spurs last night. So they have to beat Memphis and Oklahoma and Minnesota will both have to lose. Okay. So shout out to the World Wide Web, right? So no team truly controls their destiny. There has to be a lot of things that occur in order for each team to get that first seed. But as we can see here, it looks like Oklahoma City has the quote unquote best shot. But you never know. I don't think they can count on Denver to lose. But Denver,
I'm praying as a Lakers fan. I'm praying that Oklahoma City gets the first. With where we're sitting at in the conference right now, if Oklahoma City gets the first, I'm good. Like we can go ahead, get into the little 8 spot in the play-in, bounce them boys out first round. Like I'm confident in that.
Yeah, I would like to see that
it's-
matchup.
Or the Timberwolves. I just to see
We'll
the
see.
Nuggets in the first round is like I know Morgan says we shouldn't be scared and all, but like we haven't beat them in like 13 games. Like it's like 13
lost
games
to
in a
the
row.
Spurs.
Bro, that doesn't matter, bro.
Bro, they
It's
own
not a
y'all.
playoff.
Oh, it matters because we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now if it didn't matter. It matters.
I know that. I know it mattered like in standings, but I'm saying like in relation to like what we're gonna in relation to our series with them, I don't know if it matters very much.
One more time, just so we know what's happening tomorrow, though. I mean, Sunday. So the Nuggets play the Grizzlies, the Suns play the Timberwolves, and the Mavericks play the Thunder. All right. So again, every game except that Denver, Memphis, and forgive me, it's a lot going on, so I have to look at this. So Denver does have a shot if Oklahoma and Minnesota both lose that game. Very losable games. It's very possible, depending on who's playing, who's out there, what have you. But very losable games that they have. So it's not safe. Who do y'all think will be the 1 seed at the end of this, though?
I'm
Probably
speaking
okay.
OKC into existence. I'm just going to speak that into existence. As a Laker, we need that.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that.
The Lakers are what? 9th or 10th
Eighth.
right now?
Eighth.
We're 8th right now?
Yep. After
confusing.
last night.
Did the Warriors lose last night?
Yes, they did. They lost to the Pelicans, which was very, very, very good for us.
They choked.
Very good.
Yeah, so we're 8th.
Yes,
we're a whole game up. So if we just win that, we're not gonna go down.
That was a major choke for them. We're gonna talk about the play in a little bit, but yeah, that was a major choke for them. So yeah, we'll look at it. But okay, so Drew wants OKC up there. Yeah, I got any preference there? Which y'all think?
Just OKC. I want to see that matchup too in the first round.
I mean, I don't have a preference. I guess it would be cool to see OKC won, especially just watching them go from a complete rebuild to the number 1 seed in like 3 years or something like that. It's pretty incredible. So I think that'll be cool to see.
Yeah, shout out Mike Dagnall. I think he's gonna be. Well, I believe he's the coach of the year, in my opinion. Y'all can call it hate, y'all can call it bias, whatever y'all want to call it, but like, I just feel like the Shea rhetoric right now has gone a bit overboard. He's a great player. He actually was my pick for MVP to begin the season before the season even started. So shout out me because I be knowing, but I don't believe he's the MVP. But if he gets the number 1 seed, it's going to be a lot of wild narratives like, oh, I mean, he's the best player on the best team in the West, so he's got to be the. That's not how it works. That's never how it's worked. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
who would you give it to?
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that because I'm gonna have to argue with a lot of people regarding that. But
you'd rather give it
that's
to
just
Jokic?
me. I don't really care as much as a lot of media is like, Julian, we're not cut from the same cloth. I don't really know what his deal is. I mean, I would call it weakness, but I'm not really sure.
I'm just saying.
I personally, what now?
Who would you pick?
I think I'm an Ant-Man fan. I think people are trying to turn him into something too early. I like to see him develop a bit more. But as a Lakers fan, I'd definitely rather see Minnesota or Denver. People don't want to see arrested Denver. I say, let's get it over with. You know what I mean? Let's try and, punch them in the mouth early, because if we get past Denver, then it's like,
yeah, that's true.
Who's going to stop me?
You're going to have to face them at some point. So.
That's all I'm saying. I'd rather play them first without LeBron James wear and tear, without AD getting poked in the eye or something like that. Like, I'd personally rather see that early. It's just me. Though.
I get what you're saying.
Philosophy.
I get what you were saying, but like I won't say they're an unbeatable team. I don't think they're a good matchup for the Lakers. Number one, but number two, like the teams that they're gonna have to play if they don't play us are not gonna be sweet before we see them. Like if we get on the opposite side as them, at least we'll match up like we did last year in the conference finals. Who even knows if they make it there? And I think that we can beat every other team in the conference. Definitely, absolutely. I would take us to at least have a shot versus all the other teams in the whole conference. But Denver is the worst matchup. I don't recant my statement of saying I wouldn't want to see them first in the playoffs. It's not a good spot.
You're gonna have to see them anyway, though. Like you might as well.
I'm saying that's not a given. In my opinion, that's not a given, though. Like yes, they are the best team, but they're gonna have to face someone if we match up on the opposite side of them. Think about all the other teams: Clippers, Mavericks. You can see these two other teams on the top of the screen. I don't think they'll beat them, but Clippers and Mavericks have a shot. Obviously, Suns can give you a shot anytime they play. So
yeah,
I don't think it's a given.
It could be an estrogen imbalance, from what I'm hearing. Personally, I just feel as if this is a team that we've seen in the playoffs. We have a lot of film of what we did wrong. You know, I'm not shying away from the challenge one bit. And honestly, I don't think LeBron wants to stay on this. I'm just saying. Go out back twice in a row.
We got swept.
I know we did, but that would never happen again.
We got season swept 2 times in a row.
Okay,
it's not good. That's not a good matchup. We can say that. Like, that's okay to say.
I'm not afraid of it though. That's all I'm trying to say. You know, there's this fear in your heart or whatever.
Being afraid and being ideal is 2 different things.
No. But like this fear coming from a dark place in your heart, I don't have that personally. I'm willing to accept the challenge. That's just me. That is just me. We really got to keep moving, man. We really do. Let's see what we got here. So we want to talk. I wanted a little play-in preview because that's what we're gonna have next week. I believe. I want to know who y'all think makes it out. So I got all the teams, all the players in there. You see Embiid. You see Embiid in the front center though, right?
We're the 6th seed though, so
y'all aren't the 6th seed. But anyway,
I'll have to do a deep dive later.
Y'all could in the 6th seed. I mean, y'all are, it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah.
Let's look at that. Actually, that's a good place to start in. So why don't we just look at that? So let's look at Philly's chances. So y'all are currently tied for 6, but if the season were to end today, y'all would obviously be
I'll entertain the 7th spot, whatever.
7. The Pacers, they play the Hawks. Last game of the season, 1 p.m. DeJounte. That's a battle. I mean, these teams have put up some, interesting fights throughout the course of the season. I don't know why Julian looks like that. Like the Pacers are some type of juggernaut that is going to come in and beat us or something like that. It's really it's baffling to me that he even have that sort of reaction. And you all have Brooklyn the last game of the season. Brooklyn, they just gave the Knicks a fight. Cam Thomas, I think he had a 40 burger, whatever, so y'all gotta handle y'all business. I mean, it's y'all should be favored, whatever, but gotta handle business there. I don't know. Do y'all think? I'll ask you two. Y'all think the Pacers are gonna beat the Hawks?
I think
is everyone playing?
Yeah,
that's actually the caveat, Julian, because Coach Quinn just blew my cap last night. After, like I just got through telling you that we sat our starters the entire 4th quarter. Like we just didn't play them anymore because we're content being the 10th seed. So it's just like I don't know if we actually will play that game seriously.
You can't get to 9, can you?
Might be kaput. He might just be over. Like I don't know.
Can you get to 9?
Yeah, can you get to 9?
Can we? No, we can't.
Wow.
So I mean, I get why he said the starters, or why he would sit the starters, I guess. But I guess the opposite argument to that would be, y'all haven't played together in 2 months, so to go into a play-in without,
that was my
yeah,
argument. Yeah.
to go into a play-in without having, the chemistry with DeJounte and Trey that may be silly. So I would probably play my guys. I would play them.
I like
At
the
least a
rest.
bit.
I like the rest thing part of it. Just because they haven't been healthy the whole year. So I feel like right now they're just trying to make sure that they have their full power when they get to the playoff or to the play-in. Because those are the games that really matter. Like that, these games, like
These don't matter.
continuity, chemistry, like it's cool and all, but like I feel like health is their biggest problem. And at full strength, they're just as good as the Pacers, in my opinion. So we'll see.
Thank you for that. That was nice of you. But we're not gonna be full strength anyway. Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, they're out for weeks. So we're going in shorthanded anyway. So it's just gonna be interesting for the Hawks. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to dial back all of my Hawks rhetoric because of that fact. It's gonna be tough for us to even get out that play-in at this point. And we're counting on greatness for Trae Young and DeJounte. I think they can get out, but if they do, I don't see us really beating any team that we
should beat the Bulls.
I don't know, Drew. I don't know about that. I think we should. Let me preface by saying I think we should, but if somebody were to argue that the Bulls have a better team than us without, our most improved player, and Onyeka Okongwu, our sixth man, I believe the best backup, center, that's in the league, or at least the East. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. The Bulls have played us tough all year, so anything can happen. Honestly, anything can happen with that. But high hopes I have for this team. I don't see us, doing grand things unless Trae Young brings out the Michael Jordan kit. So
yeah,
is what it is.
Y'all are definitely eliminated. Like you're topping out at playing the Celtics in the first round. Like that sucks. So
yeah, I mean that's not what we want. Not with this squad. Not with this squad. We can keep it in the East though. So of course the Bulls are the 9th seed, but we got the Heat and the 76ers. So that's gonna be an interesting game. Barring the Pacers lose for whatever reason and y'all win, that's going to be an interesting game. I mean, do y'all beat the Heat in a play-in situation
at home? I mean, I think the home part definitely plays a big part. We faced them like a couple weeks ago. Same team. I don't know why Julian shaking his head like that. Jimmy
Butler barely
beat
them at full strength, and they didn't have Hero. I don't believe
we weren't at full strength.
I don't think they had Hero or Rozier, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me.
We weren't at full strength. Tobias wasn't there. D'Anthony Melton wasn't there, and Robert Covington weren't there. I don't know why you're making that smirk, Morgan. But D'Anthony Melton is a very, very key piece to our team, especially defensively. But my point is, I feel like we're way too talented to let that one game slip. Especially with Joel back, he's been averaging 30 plus. And Tyrese Maxey he hasn't fell off one bit since he's been back. Defense has looked amazing. Shout out Nick Nurse. He's really changed. I know you're sick of it, but it's coming. I just want you to get ready. It's coming. Okay.
What's coming exactly?
Joel, come on, stop playing.
Okay.
Joel's the first round. Probably, yeah, you're right.
For sure.
Okay.
I mean, we're just talking about playing right now. Like he's coming. Like, I just want you to be ready.
Okay. Y'all should get out of the play-in. If you don't get out of the play-in, we have to have more conversations.
Okay.
So. No, I don't think he's ready for that type of conversation. That's going to be a very a difficult. It's going to be like pulling teeth. Like that's going to be a very, very difficult conversation to have there. But again, they're either going to see the Bucks or the Celtics, depending on what seed they end up with. So if they do win that game, actually, no, if y'all lose that game for whatever reason as the 8th seed, Y'all got to see the Celtics. So I'm just saying. Let's take it to the West though. So we got the Suns in the 7th seed right now. We got the Kings in the 9th. They're on the King. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Suns 7th, Lakers 8th, Kings 9th, Warriors 10th. Kings are only one game behind the Lakers. I'd have to look at that and see if they could eclipse us in any way. I don't know if they could, based on.
I'm pretty sure they have the tiebreaker over us. I think both teams have the tiebreaker over us, the Warriors and the Kings, if I'm not mistaken.
Warriors are cooked. Oh wait, no, I lied. No, they actually are tied for that 9th, 10th with the Kings.
Both of them are tied. Yeah, they're both ridiculous. 1 game back. We have to win. We have
the Pelicans, and of course, Brandon Ingram is gonna suit up for that game on ESPN tomorrow. Just because. And let's see. So the Warriors, they have the Jazz, and the Kings, they have the Trailblazers. So must-win situation. What do y'all think's gonna happen, man?
The Lakers should beat the Pelicans. We have to also, but the Pelicans also need to win. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. With the win last night, they're in, right? I'm pretty sure they're in to the 6.
Yeah, they're into the. Well, I mean, the Suns are a game behind them.
Okay, so the 5 then.
So I don't know what the tiebreak is.
So they can't make the play-in, though. I'm saying the Pelicans have won their way out of the play-in. Correct? Like they can't make it.
I don't know what they would be tied for that 6-7. The Suns were to win, and the Pelicans were to lose.
Dang.
So I'm not who gets out of that.
Well, either way, but I'll say both teams probably have to win. Yeah, but yeah, if we're playing for our lives, the Lakers need to win that game, so we don't end up with the 9th or the 10th seed because that's not good. So we definitely want to give ourselves one of those top 2 seeds. We can get 2 shots at the play-in.
The Pelicans have looked very good lately. I don't want to have conversations about Zion plays this way without Brandon Ingram. We do this with every duo, what have you. But they've looked very good. They've shot the ball from 3 very well. Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado, they're lights out. We've pretty much handled the Pelicans this year, though. I can think of one anomaly where they blew us, but we've matched up pretty well with them. So it's just like we take the game as seriously as we need to take it. No, did. I like us. No, I definitely like us in that. Suns, they need to lose. And I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that though.
I don't want to see the Suns in the play-in is the only thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
As a Lakers fan, I'm saying it as a basketball fan. Like I don't even want the Suns to make the play-in because that means that we'll probably have that means it'll guarantee that we have a playoff without KD, LeBron, or Curry. So I don't know. That sucks. Like one of them's not making it.
Suns made their bed though. I mean, all of that rhetoric y'all were spewing about Brad Beal.
But I don't think anyone was high on that. They suck.
Don't. I'll give you a break for saying something as wild as that. But
I'm talking about on the podcast.
I'll just remind you that the rhetoric was this is some type of big 3. They had the 3-headed snake, 3-headed monster, whatever you want to call it, Cerberus. That's what this was supposed to be. Nobody envisioned them to be fighting for their play-in lives. Let's just put it that way. But you're right about that. You're definitely right about that. I just think at some point these old head stars, they're perfect of what comes to them. They are they made their bed in many different ways. Some dealt with injuries, some dealt with suspension, some dealt with this, that, and the other. But that's the game. That's all into it. So I don't know. I do not know. What I do know though is the Lakers aren't losing 2 games. That's definitely not that's not occurring. I don't. That's not happening. So,
Hope so.
One of the
I'll be shocked. I'll be
fans or
shocked.
whatever. Like they gotta nut up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Very interesting play and look though. Are you not entertained?